Hey guys, welcome back to Crash Landing. Now, just a quick episode today. We need to do some preparation for our trip over to the city. If you see that road in the distance there, that's actually the road that heads towards the city, so it's kind of northwest, the direction. Anyway, since the last episode, I've actually added an extra row of conveyor belts to the trench, just so that we get more stuff falling in there, which means more mob drops, obviously. And it's working pretty well. Let's take a look at the chest. We've got tons and tons of bones, quite a lot of rotten flesh, which is really good. I said I don't have much use for this in the last episode. Wrong, I have so much use for this. This is going to be my new dirt source, my new source of dirt, basically. Instead of using leaves, from now on, I'm just going to be using rotten flesh if I've got it, and I'll be putting all of my leaves, if not most of my leaves, into water production. But this rotten flesh is also going to be going into water production, mainly dirt production, but we can use that dirt to actually make water. Let's just fill this last one up, and I'll show you something I've made to help with that. So this thing over here is basically just an auto smelter. Basically just cooks up anything that we put in the chest here. So it goes into the hopper, which goes into the chest, which goes into this hopper, which goes into here. And I've basically just been using this to cook down dirty water into fresh water, so that we don't have to stand at the furnace all day, every day. I may have expanded the farm as well. I've added these mushrooms. I said in the last episode that we could get mushroom spores from those white mushrooms. Let's see if I've got any of these white mushrooms here. You don't actually plant those on logs, you just plant them in normal, regular soil, like everything else. Also, we've been getting tons and tons of leather from this this mob trench. I'm not going to call it a mob farm, because technically it's not really, it's just killing anything that falls into that trench. We need to think about killing an enderman as well. I noticed there's quite a few on the minimap there. That's also one of the quests, if you remember. Also, we got loads of leather, so I can start thinking about making stuff with leather. There's lots of useful things that we can make. Leather armor, I'm not too worried about, really. We could make a knapsack, but that's going to require iron tough rods, which I think are 6 or 8 ingots apiece, so that's a lot of iron. I do not have enough iron to make that. And if I do, all my iron's going into making shears anyway. A leather strap we can use for a jetpack. So I've been thinking about actually making a spare camel pack with some of this leather, because if I die, all my stuff goes into a grave, and if I die over by the city, which is really likely because it is very, very dangerous, all my stuff will be stuck in that grave over there, and I have to go and get it. So I think a spare camel pack would be a really good idea. However, I don't actually have any empty water bottles. Let me just fill my camel pack up with this one water bottle so we get an empty one, and I can actually make that spare camel pack. So glass bottle and the leather, which I've left in the chest. Typical. I also might make a glider as well. That's going to be really handy for travelling long distances. Unfortunately, if we're wearing a glider, we can't wear our camel pack. So, actually no, that's wrong. Glider goes in your hotbar, doesn't it? Aha, I'm going to make a glider. Have we got enough leather? I think we do. So I believe that is also reward bags. I can't wait till we start getting reward bags. That's going to be really cool. Leather goes like this, I think, for the glider. We basically need 2 wings, and we join them together, I believe. It's been a while since I made a glider. So 2 wings, and do we just do that? How do I... Let me check uses. Ah, we just put a stick in between them. Okay. That's good to know. Or is there left and right wings? I really hope there's not left and right wings. No. Okay, so cool. We got a glider now as well. So you just right click with that, and it's going to allow you to glide. That's going to be really, really helpful for traveling long distances. We'll keep that in our inventory for now. Also, another thing, which is why I've searched bag here, is another thing that I really want to make is a golden bag of holding from extra utilities. This does require quite a lot of gold for this. It doesn't seem there is any other crafting recipe. Apparently we can like enchant it with reincarnating. That's interesting. Anyway, we need 4 wool blocks, a chest 3 gold ingots and a block of gold. That is quite a lot of gold. Luckily, I've got enough to do that. And I should have some spare left over for any Tinker's Construct stuff that I want to do. I've got the wool, I've got the chest, so we can make that right now. Let's put the wool in. Hopefully it doesn't matter what colour wool it is. Oh yes. That is amazing. Golden bag of holding. This is going to be so helpful. Look at that. All of those inventory slots. Oh yeah. That is really helpful. So for now, I'm just going to start putting my useful things that I have on me all the time, like the watering can, the crescent hammer, shears, and any other tools, maybe even my quest book. And I'm just going to start putting those in there, and we'll use this to pick up any extra loot which we find over in the city, because there is tons and tons of loot over there. Yeah, that is really cool. I didn't think we'd be able to make that at this stage, but we can. A sleeping bag may also be a good idea for skipping the night. I don't think I've got enough string to make enough wool for that. How much string have I got? 13. No, that's not going to be enough string, so should think about getting some more cotton planted. I did have some cotton planted, but I took it away. Yeah, I unplanted it, or broke it, basically. Also, since the last episode, I've been working on making some food, so basically turning these raw ingredients into better sources of food that we can just take out of this chest and eat whenever we want. I showed you in the last episode that we can make caramel just by using sugar and a saucepan. If you add apples to that, you also get caramel apple. That is amazing. I'm going to eat a couple of these and grab some food for us just in case. I want to check if tea actually restores your thirst. Let me just take this off quickly and see if let my thirst go down a slight amount. We'll take some rice soup as well with us, just in case we want to eat something else. Let's get some of these ingredients away. Mob drops. Okay, put the leather, rotten flesh. We'll just store the rotten flesh in here for now, I guess. And the gold I'll put away in here. Also, spare camel pack, I'll put you in there. And the glider for now, I'll just stick in there. I believe we can actually use these fire charges to add modifiers to our tinker tools. Do I have a spare modifier available? No. Oh yeah, I do actually. Modifiers remaining 1. Modifiers remaining 1. Modifiers remaining... No, none on that. So I can add a modifier to my frying pan. Also, and I can add 2 to my axe. Also, you notice I upgraded to the bronze axe head. If you don't know how to upgrade your tools or how to repair them, basically you have to use whatever material you made them out of, or whatever material the main tool part is. So if my pickaxe head was made out of copper, I'd have to repair this using copper. So yeah, repair the bone tools. You basically just use bone meal or bone, and you can only upgrade them when they are fully repaired. So if I had like a metal pan, I could upgrade my frying pan here. However, I can add this fire charge to it, I believe, as a basically like a fire aspect enchant. Can I? No? Okay, maybe not. I don't think I've got any other tools to add enchants. No, tea doesn't restore your hydration, it seems. Okay, let's put the camel pack back on. In fact, I could do with filling that up again. Okay, cool. So we've made some of the stuff that I wanted to make in this episode. Let's take a look at our quest book and see if we've got any quests that need doing. There was a one to make a leadstone conduit, so I think we can do that. Oh, we've unlocked under pressure now as well. Okay. 8 iron ingots. I don't think I've got enough iron to do that. Oh, yeah, I do. I have. I've got just enough. I was going to try and save that until I've got a smeltery and I can actually double that, but maybe if we need that for a quest, we'll get compressed iron ingots, which means we can... Actually, that's just the first step. There's probably multiple steps to that. Let's not do that just yet. Let's look at basic survival. So, next up, I was looking at moving things around. That I still need to kill an Enderman. Moving things around, we need to make a leadstone energy conduit, and I believe to make that all I need is a piece of glass. So if we get our ex nihilo hammer, we can actually turn cobblestone into gravel, and then turn that gravel into sand, and obviously use the sand to make glass. So if you just break the cobble with a hammer, you get gravel. Also, sifting gravel and sand in the sieve gets you different items. So if I take a look in this chest, the crushed stuff we get from sand, and the broken ores we get from gravel. You'll also get things like lapis, coal, flint, diamonds as well, limestone, Certus quartz. It'd be quite handy for me to get a diamond actually, because if I had a diamond I could make some luggage, and then I could automate the collection of loot from the sifter. I believe I can also do that from another kind of hopper, or a couple of different kinds of hoppers. This vacuum hopper will do it, but for that I need obsidian and an ender pearl. Also this one, omnidirectional hopper, you can place in different directions, so I could place it like on the side here up against this chest, and it would work, and it would put everything in the chest. For that we need compressed iron, which I don't have. I believe we need some kind of pneumatic craft machines for that. Anyway, let's get the sand, and we'll cook. Let's just cook all of that into glass for now. Okay, also, since the last episode, because spiders can just climb out of that trench, I thought it'd be a good idea to add some way of killing spiders, and right there you saw that guy dying. I've actually added some more punji sticks underneath here, because a lot of spiders tend to congregate or to crowd around this back wall here, and I thought that would be a good place to add some punji sticks to kill them off. So yeah, it's working quite well. You will get the occasional creeper blowing up and destroying the conveyors, but it's quite easy to fix. You just have to wait till everything's gone and go down and fix it. So many bones. Who shoot? You sneaky little guy. Okay, well, this is personal. I'm going to take you out. No mercy. Where'd he go? Make sure I don't actually fall down. That would be bad. Is he? Oh, he's a big one. Yeah, they tend to hide under this half slab cover that I've used to stop spiders from getting in. The skeletons and zombies tend to hide under there to stop themselves from burning. How many bad things have we got? Yeah, dude. Party time. Headbang. You listening to Metallica or something? Yeah, that's good stuff, right? Yeah. Anyway, that is random. Also, I've been cooking down some cobble into lava because I hope to actually start making some tinker tools before we go over to the city and get the smeltery. I mainly just want to make a sword, I think, and I guess we can do that in today's episode. So let's get the things we're going to need. We're going to need a casting table, a seared faucet, and some casts, but we don't actually have the casts that we need, so we're going to have to make some casts. For that we're going to need gold. I should only need 3 gold ingots, I believe. Also, I might think about trying to get a chicken. That would be a really good idea. I know I could use these eggs for food, but if I could get a chicken out of them, I could use that. That chicken's obviously going to lay more eggs, and yeah, I could farm it. So let's actually do that as well. Let's make some fences. How many am I going to need? Quite a few, I think. That should be enough, I guess. And it's probably a good idea to actually make a hopper before I make this little chicken farm, but I'm not too worried about that. I can just collect the loot myself. Let's take this crafting table down, and is that big enough? Let's make it a little Let's make it at least 2 blocks wide so the chicken can actually move. And let's start throwing eggs and hope we get a chicken. Come on. No. So disappointing. Okay. Also forgot to get my bucket. Where did I put the bucket? Up here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm basically just going to take out the torch from underneath this crucible and put the I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Oh, yeah. So, lava's gone now. I'm going to have to make some more lava because I am a fool. Anyway. God, that was so stupid. We got some more stuff. Let's actually keep using this rotten flesh to make more dirt. And let's just collect this dirt for now. Cook it up. Have I got any empty bottles? I don't think I do. There's a few in here. Okay, so let's get these. Fill up our camel pack again. And I'll show you how this works. It's pretty basic. I mean, most of you have probably seen something like this in Minecraft before, but you just throw the stuff you want to smelt in the top, not the pickaxe. That's not what I want to smelt. And that should go into the hopper, which should go into there, and yeah. Good stuff. Let's get some more dirt going. And I guess I'll be right back once this cobble has actually turned to lava. And we can start making some tinker tools. Was there anything else I was going to make? I'm not too sure. I'll have a think and see if there's anything else I'd like to make. But yeah, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so I did get one thing wrong. You don't use fire charges to get the fiery modifier. You use blaze powder. And there we go. We can now set things on fire. Apparently we get luck from that, which I did not expect to have. Cool, and we can also add it to pretty much any weapon we want, just using one piece of blaze powder, which is amazing. Okay, so that should also set things on fire, as well as knock back. Also, we can now make that leadstone energy conduit, I think. So, let's just search that up quickly. I believe it's just lead, redstone, and that piece of glass. So here it is, and yep, just like that. Let's shift click it in there. Let's just take one for now. I don't think I actually really need this too badly at the moment. There we go. Let's put it back. It actually may have to manual detect. Claim reward. What shall I pick? Iron chest is tempting, but not really necessary at the moment. Leadstone flux capacitor. I've got 2 of those, but I don't have any way of charging them. And if I get this one, I can actually use that for my jetpack and have a fully charged jetpack. Although it probably won't last too long. So I'm thinking portable tank's probably the best way to go. Because I can, once I get to the point where I can recharge my flux capacitors, I'll be all good. So I think I'm going to go portable tank. Although I should probably take the leadstone capacitor if I want a jetpack anytime soon. I do have 2 more somewhere. Here they are, but they are both completely run out of power. Can we charge this one from that one? No. Let me see what it says. Activate to charge held items must remain in hotbar. Yeah, so we can... Yeah, I don't think we can charge other flux capacitors with other ones, if that makes any sense. So we need a energetic infuser, I believe. And that's going to be quite hard to get. I think it's this thing right here. Not too hard. Just copper, some transmission coils, a leadstone energy frame. But the machine frame is the hardest part, which needs Electrum, Invar, and Logic expansion cards. So we need to go to the city before we can think about making that, I guess. Let's put those away in here. And let's claim that reward. I'm going to go portable tank. I think that's probably the best option. So claim that. And let's see if that opened up anything. That is unlocked the end of the beginning. I need a printed circuit board to get that. Can't click on that, can't click on either of those. I believe this is also a quest actually as well, so what has gone before, we need to go to these coordinates, which is 600 blocks away. If you don't care about the backstory, you can ignore this quest safely. So yeah, we might do that eventually. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Let's see, any other quests? Smelting leaves, we've done that. So yeah, we just need to go to the city basically to get smeltery stuff and pneumatic craft stuff, and then we can actually carry on with quests. Let's take a look at under pressure. For that we need iron, so yeah. Next episode we really need to go to the city and collect some good stuff. Let's put our portable tank here. That should start filling up. Or it'll fill up instantly because we've got a nice amount of water in reserve. Cool, let's take our lava bucket. Thank you. And then we move it. Let's place the lava here and put the crucible on top. And I believe we can actually use this just like a smeltery. Let's actually eat something quickly. So hopefully I can actually put ingots in here and not just dust. That would suck if it has to be dust. Hey, wait, did I get that? Did I get one as standard anyway? That is cool. Okay, so I can make a jetpack. Cool. Yeah, let's try out the smeltery. Hopefully it does take ingots. So we just shift right click with the seared faucet on this, and then we can actually pour stuff out of it. If you've picked a cast already, I believe in one of the old quests we get a choice of cast as well as getting the full guard cast. You can start making ingots straight away if you need to. If you don't know how to make tool casts or cast for stuff that you don't need or don't have already, sorry, you actually need to make stone parts and then pour gold or aluminum brass over those stone parts to make a cast out of them. So I'm going to put my sword blade there and try and put some gold. No! Oh man. I guess it has to be dust then. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some more gold dust. I don't have any. I've got ingots but no dust, so you start pumping again. Let me see, do I have gold stuff here? No, broken 2. Oh, that is pain. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to take a little break until I've got another few pieces of gold dust, because, yeah, that kind of sucks that I can't use ingots. Anyway, I'll be right back. Actually, wait. We got the iron chest as well, so am I that stupid? Yeah, we don't pick one. We get all 3. We get the portable tank, the iron chest, and the flux capacitor. Man, I'm stupid. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, I'll be right back once I have got some more dust. Okay, so I've got the gold. Let's turn it into some dust. I'm actually going to have to make the tool rod out of wood this time because I don't have enough gold to make a cast for the tool rod. That's okay. So let's see if this works. Put 1 dust in there. Yes, it does. Gold ore dust, and that's going to slowly melt down into liquid gold. That looks cool. Let me actually try and get a screenshot of that. Cool. And yeah, then we basically just pour it on top of the tool part, the stone tool part, and that will turn into a cast. Probably shouldn't stand next to that lava block too long because it's going to heat me up and use water more. Let's go and harvest our fruit trees while we're waiting for that to smelt down. In fact, I should probably add this second one to it. There we go. Cool. Also, I planted the cocoa beans on one of these fruit trees because it's jungle wood and they grow. Let's also harvest these oranges. And I switched the nutmeg tree for a different tree because I don't think there's too many uses for nutmeg. I think I switched it for a pear tree. There's a few more uses for pears than there is nutmeg. And I've already collected like 14 nutmeg already, so we should be okay for now. If we ever need more, we can just use one of those pieces of nutmeg to make a brand new tree. It's pretty simple. In fact, I think we need jungle saplings to make certain types of fruit trees. So it may be a good idea to get a crook and try and get a jungle sapling off some of these jungle leaves, because I don't think you can get a jungle sapling at all, and possibly later on in the mod pack, but we don't get one at the start, that's for sure. Has this smelted down? It has, I think. I need some food, so let's put these away in our ingredients chest. So much food, and let's grab some pre-prepared stuff. So let's take an apple pie and some caramel. That should be good enough. Cool, and now all we need to do is hit that and pour out a cast. Hopefully there is... Oh. So that took 2 ingots worth just to do 1 cast. Really? That's not cool. That is not cool at all. I need to... I need to do some more grinding so that I can actually make the other cast, which is the hand guard or the wide guard, whichever type of sword you're making, because there's different types of swords. You'll need a different guard, basically. I'll show you how to actually pour it out. This is pretty simple. Once you've got the cast, you basically just put your desired metal in there and pour it into the cast. Really simple. I'm gonna have to do that in between episodes. Try and get a sword. I'm hoping to get a long sword that has. Hey, wait. That has certain different properties to other types of sword. Let's pick up all of this stuff. Oh, there's another egg. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and get a chicken. Okay, I'll just quickly show you the different type of sword. So there's a regular sword. That just allows you to block, like, you look at this special ability, and yeah, block, so it's just regular block. This one has a charge boost, basically, pretty cool. Special ability lunge, actually, that's charge boost is the natural ability. Interesting. And the rapier, special ability is backpedal, so he basically does a little hop back. Pretty cool. And there's also the cutlass, which is not here. I believe we'll have to actually upgrade to a tool forge to be able to make the cutlass. Stuff is grown. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Alright, let's get those out of there, and please give me a chicken. No. I bet they don't even drop chickens now. I bet that's a thing. Just to troll us. Right, that's all melted down. Is that going to take a whole 2 ingots? No, it's not. It just takes 1 ingot to fill the cast. Okay, cool. So I'm going to have to work on making the full sword in between episodes. I may also find some other stuff that we want to make before we head over to the city. But that's going to be what we do in the next episode, I guess, because we really need to do it. We need to get a smeltery and start working on this pneumatic craft stuff, which I've never done before, so that's going to be interesting. Seems there's a whole quest line devoted to pneumatic craft. Pretty cool. So yeah, we'll have to do that in the next episode. That's pretty much it for today, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps me out. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I definitely am. It's nice to have quests and objectives to actually work towards. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time.